Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Wednesday, the 6th day of July. My brother's birthday, by the way. My brother Jason turns 50 today.
Holy cow.
Yeah, the big 5-0. It is also a National Fried Chicken Day, which I love fried chicken.
Love it.
I've always wondered, though, is broasted chicken considered fried chicken, or is that something completely different?
I don't know, but I am a huge fan of roasted chicken.
I like them both. If you know, by the way, you could let me know, because I'm really wondering now. And National Hand Roll Day. I had to look it up. That's sushi.
Ah.
Yeah, we're not big sushi folk here. We had sushi before, and maybe we just need to try it somewhere else, because we had it in a different country.
Everybody who likes it just insists,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
so we're going to have to try it again. I've got a guest joining me today. Brock Heasley is our guest, and he's with a movie called The Shift. Now, there's a film that there's a program you and our son were talking about. What's that called?
The Chosen.
The Chosen. So some of those people are involved in this project as well. It's being crowdfunded. I saw it online. I thought it was fascinating. I reached out and said, hey, would you talk to me about this? So going to chat with Brock all about that coming up.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. The type of beer you drink may reveal more about you than you might believe. A survey showed that lager drinkers tend to be more extroverted and go out with friends on a typical Saturday night. It's no surprise this group was also found to embrace meeting and interacting with new people more than others. Ale drinkers were found to be bigger flirts, feeding off of being the life of the party. Yet, an ideal night for this group would simply consist of them simply staying in, relaxing on the couch, and enjoying a documentary. Okay.
A documentary?
A preference for ale also showed a preference for the art of sports. For the arts over sports. Lager drinkers, meanwhile, were found to have a higher stress level and spend more time worrying about the future. Yeah. I don't know where I land on this thing, because I'm not really a big drinker of beer. So, which one would you say I am? What kind of beer do you think I like?
I'm more of a lager, but
is that what I would say?
Would say, yeah, you're probably a pale ale.
I don't know. Is that the wimpiest beer that you can think of? Whatever the wimpiest beer, that's me. I've got this entire thing. If you want to read it, it's pretty fascinating. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20%. And get free shipping on any canister. DrinkBlitzEnergy.com. Promo code Radio20. That's DrinkBlitzEnergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know 2 women were arrested at a Bangkok airport accused of smuggling after 109 live animals were found in their luggage?
Whoa!
Yeah. Thailand's Department of National Parks, Wildlife, and Plant Conservation said the wild animals were discovered in 2 suitcases after they went through an X-ray inspection.
Jeez.
Yeah, officials called to the scene discovered 2 white porcupines, 2 armadillos, 35 turtles, 50 lizards, 20 snakes, and a partridge in the pear tree. No, that partridge wasn't really there. But that's how many things they had crammed in the 2 pieces of luggage. They could not have been comfortable. How in the world do you pack porcupines and armadillos? I don't even know how you would do most of that.
And why?
Well, they were smuggling them, Heidi.
But why?
Nefarious reasons, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
It's probably to...
Those poor animals.
Yeah, probably do something illegal. I don't know. It just seems very bizarre to me. I don't know a lot, but now we know this. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Danny Bonaducci is in the news. He's shedding some light. Well, he's shedding some light on his mystery illness. He's 62, Partridge Family alum.
Right.
And he said on ABC News that he was hoping for a diagnosis, but he did not get one. After announcing the health scare and subsequent hiatus from his radio program back in April, he was not able to walk or balance, adding that he was afraid of everything, including stairs. He said, although his ailment remains a mystery to doctors, they have ruled out a stroke. Breaking Bonaduce star returned to his radio gig recently, plans to use this platform to take fans, to have other people take control of their health. He's going, get out there and do what you need to do. Don't put it off. Pay attention to your health.
Right.
Heidi points at me as I say that.
Yep.
Christian Bale wouldn't mind taking on the role of Batman again. He said that recently in an interview, under one condition, that Chris Nolan comes back as director. So I don't know if any of that's going to happen, but there's a lot of folks who would like it. That is Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Did you see this video when I was watching it? People have been left aghast by a video demonstrating a potential AI-piloted aircraft that would never land. Did you watch this? Or did you not? I think I asked you to like 9 times, and then I just kept watching it without you because you were busy doing something. The concept is called a sky cruise. It's basically a giant flying hotel that boasts 20 nuclear-powered engines that would have the capacity to carry 5,000 passengers in the epitome of luxury.
Okay, but if it never lands, what are you supposed to do?
Well, it's suspended high above the clouds. Berlin-based designer Hashim El-Ghali calls the aircraft the future of transportation, explaining that conventional airlines would ferry passengers to and from the sky cruise, which would never touch the ground. They would have all the repairs carried out in flight. A greatly detailed video also promises restaurants, a gigantic shopping mall, a gymnasium, a theater, and even a swimming pool, all in the sky. Sky Cruise also features a panoramic hall offering breathtaking 360-degree views outside.
Okay.
Al-Ghali promises that there would be no air turbulence, there would be no jet lag, there would be no motion sickness. When asked how many pilots it would take to fly the Sky Cruise, the designer responded, "Oh, yeah, none. All of this technology, you still want pilots? I believe the thing could be fully autonomous."
Wow.
Does that sound scary to you?
Little bit.
I've got a link to the video. Now, here's the thing you need to understand. Right now, this is nothing more than a concept. They don't have this thing built. When you watch the video, you'll see that it's all
like cartoons.
animated. Well, it's way better than cartoons. It's an animation. But they've put together a really interesting concept here that I wouldn't step foot on. So, I mean, it would have to be going for a long time before I felt comfortable going, I'm going to go get on that giant cruise in the sky.
Right.
I'm like, why couldn't you do all of this stuff on the ground? There's no reason in the world it needs to be in the sky. That part doesn't make sense to me. Because you're not flying from one place to another. You're literally just flying around the globe.
So it's just a cruise, basically.
A never-ending sky cruise. Yeah. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Our guest today, Brock Heasley, is with a movie that's in the works right now. It's called The Shift, and several of the people working with him on this project are also involved in a program called The Chosen. It's a faith-based project, and The Shift is actually a really cool thing because they're doing kind of like crowdsource funding, angel investing. Well, I'm going to let him explain it. Is this kind of a new thing? Because I've not heard of this before. Is this common?
You know, it's pretty unique and it's pretty new, to be honest with you. What's called investment crowdfunding, and it's something that the SEC has recently started allowing, where the average person who isn't, just rolling in the dough can come in and invest in, from small to larger amounts, whatever they want to do. And actually, get shares in something like this movie, and be part of making it happen.
Now, this is something you're doing with an amazing team like Dallas Jenkins from The Chosen. How is he involved in this project?
So Dallas is one of our executive producers. So he's somebody that I have gotten to know and who I consider a mentor and a friend. He's been around the block a few times with Hollywood and with productions, and so he's really a huge, valuable asset in just kind of helping me, navigate these waters and making this film that we're making together.
I discovered this whole project online. I reached out to Brock to chat with him about it because of a short film that I watched online called The Shift. Tell me a little bit about the short film and then what that's going to become.
So The Shift is about a very ordinary man. His name is Kevin, and his marriage is on the rocks. His job isn't going so well, and then he gets into this massive car accident. When he wakes up, he's helped by this handsome stranger who introduces himself as the devil, and the devil is there to offer Kevin a job and to make his life infinitely better. And all Kevin has to do is exactly what the devil tells him to do. It ends up being a sci-fi film as well. We kind of get into this idea of parallel realities and how our choices, affect our reality. In the world of this film, it is science fiction, and we're not proposing like this is how things actually work. We're just, within the world of this film, the devil is able to move people between realities to cause confusion, really subtle differences. Like, you promised your wife you would pay the bills, and then the next morning you don't remember that because actually it wasn't you that promised that, it was somebody else, and yet now you're having a fight. And he offers Kevin this job. And what was interesting to me about making this film is that there's a lot of stories where it's like man versus devil, right? Like, that's a really common story we've seen in many, many different iterations. Yeah. What I have never seen in any of those iterations is I've never seen the man in that story react to the devil, respond to the devil in the way that I would as a Christian. Like, what would I actually do if confronted with this scenario? If I'm sitting across table from the devil and he's like tempting me hardcore, what would I do? And so the short film that people can watch right now on our site is what I would do. It's exactly that. What Kevin does at the end of this film is what I would do. And then the feature film that we're trying to make is about the consequences of that and spinning off from the end of that story and spinning off into a whole much, much bigger story.
One of the things I absolutely love about the project that you're doing is there are other people who are like-minded who say, I would like to invest in helping make this happen, and you guys are giving them the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and we've done a few rounds of investment crowdfunding already. So this would actually be, if we were to open it up again, this would actually be our fourth round. So we've already got a number of backers, a number of investors who are already very excited about this film. Our Facebook fan page is ever growing. And if the opportunity does present itself, we will, if people have pledged, have taken the time to do that, they just, basically just sending us their email. And then we're able to let them know if and when we open up again. And yeah, they can come in, they can join me, they can join Dallas and the rest of our team. We've also got the composers for The Chosen, Dan Hasseltine and Matt Nelson. And we've got some other great talents as well, including our sound designer, Brandon Jones, who recently did the sound design for the movies A Quiet Place and Jungle Cruise and a whole bunch of other major blockbusters, but who was also a believer himself. And so we've just got this fantastic team, and we've got this film that is really, really taking off. And look, it's not the kind of film that Hollywood is ever going to do. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this crowdfunding, is because this is a very atypical, different kind of film. But it's a film that already we've been able to see that many, many people are interested in being made.
I agree.
And that's what's exciting to me, is that not only are we doing something new and different, but there already is an audience out there for it. We just got to get it done. And
that is exactly why when I saw this online, I reached out to Brock and said, hey, will you chat with me about it? Brock, thank you for doing that. And also thank you for doing what you're doing here.
Yeah, and you can see it for yourself at angel.com/The Shift.
And I'll throw a link to that. Brock, thanks for your time today, sir.
Thank you so much, John.
It's called The Shift. You can find a link to all of the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are almost 163,000 pints of Guinness beer that are wasted in facial hair every year. Didn't we just talk about that?
We did, actually.
I thought so, too. All right. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Japanese ATMs sterilize the cash before it's dispensed.
Oh, that's a good
pretty
idea.
Cool. Like spray it on the way out. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Canada has more than 3 million lakes. That's roughly 60% of the world's lakes.
That's pretty cool.
I think that's really cool. This next fun fact, I think, is really a fun fact. I'm sorry. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Elvis Presley's manager sold badges that said, "I hate Elvis."
Why?
Because he wanted to profit from the Elvis fans and from the non-Elvis fans.
Okay.
So he's like, oh, hey, you don't like Elvis? You should buy one of these. Wait a minute. Aren't you his manager? And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Caffeine affects men more strongly than women, and women metabolize it about 25% faster.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! Comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com. Here's your question. Over 40% of us say we do this when we're angry. What is it? I don't think you do this.
I don't know.
40% of us say we do this when we're angry. The answer is we eat ice cream.
Oh, no, I definitely don't do that.
Heidi's not a big ice cream fan, period. Every once in a while, she'll get in an ice cream mood. Yeah, bubblegum ice cream mood. But yeah, that's an interesting thing. I've never really even thought of that. That is the Mint Mobile question of the day. Comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. Can soft serve ice cream be hot? A small Japanese town is now saying the answer is yes. They're trying an ultra spicy habanero-laced ice cream. Sprinkled with habanero.
That's interesting.
Yeah, sprinkled with habanero pepper powder. A special ice cream is so hot, people need to sign a waiver before they can even taste it.
Oh, that I probably wouldn't want to do.
Those brave enough to give it a shot can opt for varying degrees of hotness, with the most extreme hellish spiciness being offered at no charge if the challenger can finish it. So,
wow,
what
yeah,
do you
that's
think?
not really my thing.
Yeah, not my thing either. You know, I'm not a fan. There are people who do the whole, I got to have this white hot, you know, crazy.
No.
And then they just sit there and sweat, and the whole time they're like, it's not that
And
hot
they're
at all.
miserable and they're
It's not
crying.
hot. Oh, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm like, you're crying.
It does.
You're sweating like
Liar.
profusely. Yeah, I don't know. That's just not my thing. But that's why I put it here. It's weird news. Brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Okay, these are the top banished word list for 2022.
Okay.
So these are the words that you're not, so the top 10. This is from Lake Superior State University. By the way, they're already working on the top 20 for 2023.
Okay.
I think we're kind of a year off on all of this. Shouldn't we get all the way through 1 year before we do the next year?
One
so,
would think.
Wait, what topped the list in a decision officials defended by stating that that's two letters and the two four-letter words should not go together under any circumstances. So you go, wait, what? How many times have you said that? I've said it a lot.
I've said it a lot.
Yeah, Heidi usually says it to me. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Other phrases include new normal, you're on mute,
Oh.
asking for a friend, supply chain. At the end of the day, that being said, circle back and deep dive. If you want to read the rest of this, all of this stuff is listed in our show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. By the way, this entire thing has been going on since 1976, and they've had all kinds of different things on there, including one submitted by George Carlin back in 1994.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental. Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Oscar Wilde is who our quote's from today, Heidi. Oscar Wilde.
All right.
He said, "The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about."
Yeah, I know
see what
some
he did
people
there?
who feel that
Little
way.
flippity-flappity in what he's
Yeah.
saying, but I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's a part of me that agrees with that, and there's another part of me that's going, I just don't talk about me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
All right, that is the quote of the day. It does come your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Take a listen to this headline. Tennis player stops Wimbledon match to rescue a ball boy. Yeah.
Oh.
Tennis player, and I'm not a sports person. I hope I don't say this person's name wrong. Jodi Barrage, Burrage, stopped her Wimbledon match Monday after she noticed a ball boy looking ill. Barrage, who's 23, first rushed over to him to make sure he was okay, then collected drinks and snacks from her bag to give to him. The match was stopped for about 10 minutes before the ball boy was helped off the court. She said, "I just reacted how I think anyone would. He was not in a good spot. I just tried to help him out as much as possible." There's video of this because the whole thing was recorded. She did lose the match, by the way, but she has won many new fans in the process.
That's
she
sweet.
said she plans to return to the tournament to complete in doubles later this week, and I think this is from last week, so that's probably already done. But when was this? June 28th is when the story is from. So yeah, it's probably over now. But that's really cool, and I've seen several times where you're watching somebody in sports where they do the right thing. It might cost them the match. It might cost them the race, the whatever. I saw one where there was a person running in like a marathon.
Yeah,
and the
that
person was
passed
running.
out,
Yeah, and he stopped
yeah.
and helped that person. And, that really hurt his score. But boy, at the end of the day, you did way more than win a race.
Yeah.
Like, you won the respect of millions. So I think that's really cool that this tennis player, and I don't know, maybe she was thinking, well, I'm going to lose anyway. So, maybe that's what was going on. I mean, who knows? But either way, I'm just going to say I'm super proud of her for doing the right thing and helping this kiddo that was, out in the sun. Think about that. You spend a lot of time out in the sun.
Yeah.
If you don't have enough to drink and whatnot, that can happen pretty
absolutely.
easily. So, very cool. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.